Hello, so this is Stark OJ. If you didn't know, now you know. And today is going to be a video, a part of another series that I'm doing, which is pretty much just going to be character aspects, where I'm going to take like certain parts of character and try to break down the definition and stuff like that, what they actually mean and what they're actually supposed to be used for. So today's topic we're going to have is backstories. Alright, so pretty much I'm just gonna give you like a general misconceptions, what the main misconceptions with how that people think that backstories work are. I think a lot of people usually use backstories to overcompensate for characters. They really just haven't had no character, but as soon as they get the backstory, they automatically people start putting them on their top 10, characters without them adding much character. I think that they use that term backstory to overcompensate for a character that really was just pretty much non-existent from the start there. So, all right. So, what is a backstory? Pretty much, a backstory is just the past of somebody of a character. Pretty much, like it's used in more than just me. I mean, anime is used in movies, other stuff like that. It's taught in English as well. To most of the terms that are used for characters are taught in English anyway. So pretty much just like it's just a past of a character that we're now seeing, which it's kind of just simple like that. So how is this supposed to help the characters? I feel like it helps the characters in the sense of characters that we know they've been doing this. We now have a reason behind that, and I feel like it's supposed the way it's supposed to help characters is supposed to give another portion of a character that we actually needed to see why the other portions work the way they do in the characters in the character trait system. So I feel like that's why it's just the part that is needed is absolutely kind of necessary for a character to stand alone in its own kind of in its own kind of way, or it's kind of needed to further it's part of the understanding process of a character. So if you always wanted to know why this character do this, then you got a backstory that pretty much answers that. It answers your questions about how the character came to be, and that's what it's pretty much that's what it's pretty much centered on. And what it accomplishes, pretty much just like what I was saying earlier, is pretty much accomplishing the fact that it is needed. It's accomplishing that answering people's questions about a character, and it's also accomplishing helping the character be more understandable and more kind of in the sense that he's become more complete as a character. I think that's what it accomplishes really well, is that when the backstory comes into play, especially for characters that especially for characters that are already good in their own sense, but you just want to know that you just want to know what happened. So what happened to this person to be like that, and that's what a backstory accomplishes. It answers those questions. So summary, I feel like honestly I probably went through this video kind of a lot faster than I usually do. So kind of what I want to summarize is that a character backstory is just pretty much a how will I put it? Just a portion of a character, not the whole character. So when people use backstories, it's usually referring to the past of a character, which is a portion of that character, not the whole character. So one of my biggest problems with how some anime and manga use backstories is pretty much just putting them on characters that never had any in the first place, never had really just any character traits in the first place, and or for them to die or something like that. Well, I go into deeper on that worst way to use. Well, let me go ahead and go into deep on it since this video is kind of not for something. Okay, so one of my biggest problems with the backstory is always those characters that don't never get that are always there from the start, but never get any screen time or never importance on them until we're ready to die. And I always hated that quick long backstory for a character that was made there for us to care about, but never got anything as much as of the rest of the portions of a character aspect that that I want to talk about later. They haven't really got none of those. So I think a lot of people use that backstory. A lot of people take that backstory as that whole character, which is a way that I always hated to see it used. And there's some fans about this, but I'm not finna name those and get jumped by the anime community. So pretty much just that. And I mean, to summarize the other points, I feel like a backstory accomplishes what it does for certain characters so well because a backstory is needed for those questions. Backstories are always important to a character. I don't want you to, I just think it's over compensated for a character, and like I said, it's overly overly used to push a character's, a character up too high. So other than that, I feel like honestly, like I said, backstories are a good portion of a character. I just hope people get to see that backstories aren't all of a character or aren't majority of a character trait. So that's pretty much like I said. If you like this series or like the video, uh, just give me a thumbs up. Comment what should I change, or give me some more video ideas. I meant just like, comment, just share. If you're new here, please subscribe. So this has been Stark OJ. Peace.